From sulfur caves to potent sulfur to spikes to sulfur cubes to geysers, everything in the 26.2 update. They added these sulfur caves that generate in massive areas. In them, a new block called Cinnabar generates, along with the sulfur block. There's these pools of water that have potent sulfur, which makes you nauseous. Ew. These are how big these caves are, and they only spawn two mobs, the cave spider and the sulfur cube. Now, to actually find these sulfur caves, you have to look for sulfur geysers. These geysers contain tuff, granite, sulfur, cinnabar, and potent sulfur. They usually mark that a sulfur cave is underground. These geysers have yellow steam coming off of it and occasionally shoot up gas. As you can see, it's happening right now. Gas shoots up and there's the yellow steam. Back to the sulfur cubes, they behave and act like slime and bounce around like slime, but the main difference being they react to the block in them. For example, I put this magma block, and if I stand on it, I take damage. They also react to how heavy the block is and adopt the behavior of that block and stop moving. See, I'm taking damage. This also applies to other blocks you can put inside the cube, like ice. Notice how it's sliding? That's the ice in them. Pushing them around means it's basically a football. I wonder if you could ice box on them. You can also pick these up in a bucket and keep their block in them. Once these cubes have a block in them, that means they're immortal. I am using a netherite sword, by the way. To remove the block, you use shears and the block drops. If you kill them, they become into smaller cubes which have a chance to grow, and you can't put blocks in these ones. These sulfur and cinnabar blocks can be crafted into other things, such as slabs, stairs, and walls. Same with the cinnabar. There's also chiseled versions, which I will show later on in the vid. Also, in these geysers, there's these spikes that spawn, which almost look like dripstone spikes. These spikes essentially do the same thing as dripstone. There's also a new music disc which sounds like, and yeah, I can't show the full thing because of copyright. Some of you may know I also made a video on this. The furnace recipe book is here. It essentially shows what you can smelt when you put coal in it. There's an option that shows what's smeltable and what's not. Plus, it's split into 3 categories. And here's how to get the chiseled sulfur. All you do is craft polished sulfur, and then chiseled version comes right after, which can be crafted into many other things such as stairs slabs. You can also make your own geyser with magma and potent sulfur and a water source block like so. It's meant to explode every 50 seconds. If I place the water, it should start releasing those yellow bubbles, and it should explode soon. You can surround this with native sulfur cave blocks to make your own spring, and it's exploding. Sulfur cubes are also changed according to how heavy a block is, like this iron block here. You can only put full blocks in these cubes. But somehow the sheep can push it. Slime and honey also count as half blocks, so you can't put them in either.